like a dog slaving on the fence line, stretching those wires tight. Digging and tamping and sweating in the sunshine, but I get off tonight. I got a date with a girl, a pretty rancher's daughter, green eyes and golden hair. Gonna pick her up at 8 after some soap and water, and we're heading to the county fair. Well, there's a full moon in the western sky, and there's magic in the air. Ain't nothing I know of can make you fall in love like a night at the county fair. Well, we walk through the midway, the lights and the laughter. She puts her little hand in mine. Well, she don't act like she knows what I'm after, but tonight I'm gonna make her mine. You know the tunnel of love, well, it ain't my style, so I take her on the Ferris wheel. And way up in the sky with the stars in her eyes, I'm gonna tell her just how I feel. Well, there's a full moon in the western sky, and there's magic in the air. Ain't nothing I know of can make you fall in love like a night at the county fair. Well, I know Monday morning I'll be back on the fence line, but it'll be alright. 'Cause that pretty little girl says she's gonna be all mine to see her next Friday night. Well, there's a full moon in the western sky, and there's magic in the air. Ain't nothing I know of can make you fall in love like a night at the county fair. Ain't nothing I know of can make you fall in love like a night at the county fair.
You're better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in your light. Cooler than the flip side of my pillow. That's right. Completely unaware. Nothing can compare to where you sent me. Lets me know that it's okay. Yeah, it's okay in the moments when my good times.
Somebody truck in a farmer's field, a no trespass sign, time to kill. Nobody's gonna get hurt, so what's the big deal? Somebody truck in a farmer's field, somebody there sitting on ice after a long hard day.
Once again, we're gearing up on rodeo time. We happen to be just one song away from our performance here tonight. Welcoming everybody out. We're just one song away. One thing we do want to let everybody know is 8:30 is Cowboy Church on Sunday morning, 8:30 right here in the grandstand. So keep that in mind as we count our way down to the championship round on Sunday.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They say what they want now. 'Cause we'll be screaming now. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Harley, rocking out parties, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible, 'cause we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. Every spotlight, every soundbite, everybody who gave up is just a fuel for wanting him more than anybody against us. They can say what they want now. 'Cause we'll be screaming now. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Harley, rocking out parties, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible, 'cause we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. They can say what they want now. 'Cause we'll be screaming out. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Harley, rocking out parties, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 65th edition of the Ropin and Riggin Days. How's everybody doing on a Friday night? Hey, hold on just a minute. We've had a heck of a year. This might be the first time these kids have been performing in front of an audience. So let's make it like a Friday night. Who's ready to be at a rodeo? Are you ready to rodeo, Casper? There you go. We want to welcome our national sponsors in. Let's keep that enthusiasm going all night long for these student athletes. We want to say a big thanks to our national sponsors, and we start that with Cinch Jeans and Shirts. They remind you to lead, don't follow, the official apparel company of College Rodeo and the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association. Founded in 1996, they remind you to lead, don't follow. Visit Casper, Wyoming, the home of the College National Finals Rodeo. Mark your calendar as the College Finals returns in 2021 to Adventure Capital of Wyoming. I want to say thanks to Ram. For 40 years, they've driven professional rodeo and happen to be Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back Truck of the Year. Resistol hats, the best all around. When you're looking for a hat, make sure it's the best. And Resistol. Helomatic happens to manufacture the only roping practice tool with a patented hopping motion that replicates live cattle, one of our national sponsors. Thank you to Helomatic. Cactus Saddlery makes our championship saddles of College Rodeo. Values and ethics are more than just words. They are business philosophies with Cactus Saddlery. And the official rope of College Rodeo is Cactus Ropes, the most durable rope on the market today. Thank you to Cactus Ropes. Those are a few of our great national sponsors. Inside our rodeo program, you'll see some of the local sponsors, and we'll highlight them throughout the course of the day as well as we gear up here for round number one in this 65th edition of the Ropin' and Riggin' Days. You know, we say a lot of things with flags and banners, and one thing that I've missed this last year is seeing Old Glory inside of a rodeo arena.
I believe in America, one nation under God, still proud and strong. I believe in America, I'm proud to be in America, though I know in America we got our rights and wrongs, but I don't believe you can keep America down.
I have one question for you. Who believes in America and who's ready to make this the greatest country in the world? Well, that is such a great sound. You know, one of the freedoms that flag stands for is our freedom of religion, and we know how dangerous rodeo can be. So if you choose to do so, would you please join us in our prayer? Heavenly Father, we simply say thank you for allowing us all to come together to enjoy the sport we love in rodeo. We ask that you watch out over the men and women that will be competing inside this rodeo arena. We also ask that you watch out for the livestock. We simply ask that you keep them safe and allow them to compete to the best of their ability. Lord, we also know that there's a group of men and women that are fighting for our freedoms, many of them in faraway lands. Let them and their families know that their sacrifices are appreciated. We simply ask that you bring them home soon and safe. We ask for these simple blessings in your name. Amen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is an awful nice sight to see, especially when we can all come together. Now, we are also streaming this rodeo, so if you have a friend or a family member that can't be here in person tonight, go to the tbirds.cc / CasperCollege.edu, and they can watch right along.
What you waiting for? You only got one life.
Ready to get things started in the goat tying. Our first event of the night, Forbes Outfitters will sponsor the goat tying. Fast run so far from this afternoon in slack is Shelby Welts of Central Wyoming College, and that's 7-6. To get into the top 10, you're going to be faster than a 9-5, and I know that will change over the course of the next two performances. Katie Johnson will be our first goat tire to go here in the first performance. Here's an important thing to remember all weekend long. The top three individuals will get the invite to the College National Finals after the rodeo a couple of weeks from now, hosted by Colorado State. Top two women's, top two men's teams will also get the invite. Katie Johnson comes into this weekend number 4 in the goat tying standings. She's only 40 points out of being in the top 3. Can she earn a trip back here to Casper in the college finals? Rodeos for LCCC, they're in Cheyenne. And right off the bat, we're going to change up that top 10. It is an 8-2. 8-2, and now the cutoff moves to the 9-1 to have a chance to make it back here on Championship Sunday. This rodeo next week, hosted by the University of Wyoming there in Laramie, and then the rodeo hosted by Colorado State University. And that will wrap up the 2021 edition of College Rodeo here in the Central Rocky Mountain region. Devin Dixon, who will rodeo for Sheridan College, will be next to go. Oh, Gold escapes right underneath her foot. So a little longer than what she was planning, 12-1. 12-1. Again, a big thanks to Forbes Outfitters, our buckle sponsor here in the goat time for the ladies. All right, big run coming up. Kelsey Linsgrave is about 9th in the standings, but only less than $200 out of the top 3. Can she make it back to the College National Finals? She's been there before. She's originally from South Dakota and a past champion here at Ropin and Riggin days in the barrel race. Will the goat stay tied? Yes, it will. 7.9. Let's put her into a tie for second place. Things are getting tight. Now you've got to be under 9 seconds. Brooklyn Williams, Chadron State, will be the next goat tire to try to get into the top 10. Every point counts that you can earn throughout the course of the year to get that qualification to the college finals. The Chadron student athlete puts the tie together. 9-3 on the run here for Brooklyn, 9-3. Isabel Miller and the University of Wyoming will be next to go. All right, Isabel, we're looking to get 8, 9 or faster to have a chance to come back in the top 10 to the short round on Sunday morning. Horse drops her off right at the goat. Like 10-2 for Isabel, 10-2. We go back to Chadron State, Brianna Williams, senior from Buffalo, South Dakota, coming off a good finish at Eastern Wyoming's rodeo. A couple of weeks ago, finished in the top 6 there at Torrington. How about an 8-6? 8-6. And right now, that 8-6 is unofficially 10th place in the goat time. Boy, things are tough. Just a second separating the top 10, and we still have a performance to go tomorrow afternoon. Madison Rottenberger from Sheridan be the next one to try to get into that top 10.
Watch it on the news, what you gonna do? I could hit refresh and forget. Used to keep it cool.
Yeah. That run right there is going to put her in a four-way tie for second place, 7-9 for Madison Rottenberger, 7-9. Just like that, the 8-6 we saw a run ago. On the outside looking in, got to be 8-5 as we go to Rihanna Beck for the University of Wyoming. A big run as she starts 3 weeks where she needs to get every point to make it to the college finals. Comes in this weekend about $130 or 130 points out of the top 3 to have a chance to go to the college finals. All right, Rihanna. Number 7, the cowgirl from the University of Wyoming. Be an 8.5 second run, 8-5. So right now, tied for 10th in this tough goat time. 2 to go here tonight, 10 to go tomorrow afternoon. Let's go to Sheridan. Banshee Nace is a top 5 barrel racer in this central Rocky Mountain region.
I like the way you talk. I like the things you wear. I want your number tattooed
Wraps
on
him
my
up.
arm in ink, I swear. 'Cause when
9-3, 9-3
you won't be there.
for Manchie.
Every time I turn around,
1 to go here in the goat time. This next student athlete has to feel like she's got a target on her back. She's number 3 with 3 rodeos left to go. J.C. Thompson, University of Wyoming, comes into this weekend 40 points in the lead of the number 4 ranked cowgirl. That number 4 ranked cowgirl opened the night tonight and is already sitting in the top 10. So J.C., why don't you control your own destiny? Just like that. You want to talk about controlling your own destiny? How about we move over on the leaderboard? 6.9 seconds.
I want your number tattooed on my arm in ink, I swear. 'Cause
She will move into the number 1 spot in the goat tag with 10 goat tires left tomorrow. You got to be faster than the 8 and 4. That'll wrap up the first night of the goat time, the Riggin and Ropin and Riggin days. Big thanks to Forbes Outfitters. How about a hand to all the goat tires?
remember the words you told me, love me till the day I die. Surrender my everything, 'cause you made me believe you're mine.
We will head to the Bucking Sheets for the first time this weekend and welcome our rough stock contractor at his Summit Pro Rodeo. And a big congratulations to them. In 2020, they were the Remuda Award winner in professional rodeo. And you're going to watch some outstanding horses, bulls later on as well. And the pickup men, 3 great ones out there. Want to say a hello to Colt Hammaker, Cody Miller, and Sandy Bob Forbes. So the bareback ride will start with Clancy Clifford as a bald-faced bay bucking horse in sheep number 3 by the name of Rez Dog. Here's a horse that originally came from Beau Ladue right up the road in KC. This horse has been to the Mountain States Circuit Finals for Summit Pro Rodeo. They've won a lot of money on the back of this one, and Clancy Clifford is a junior from South Dakota, ready to get things started for Chadron State. Wedge in that hand inside the bareback rigging for the 8-second ride. Let's help him on the outside.
Just take it out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. Just take it out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. Just take it out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. Just take it out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. Got that drive.
Well, before the 8-second buzzer. And a no score for Clancy Clifford. Bareback Riders going to get 2 bucking horses over the course of the weekend. So we go to Chase Rose. Big ride coming up for this University of Wyoming Bareback Rider. Enters the weekend 20 points out of the top 3. He's quite an athlete. He originally comes from California. He was an all-league football player as a defensive back. Now riding bucking horses for the University of Wyoming. Crazy Train. It's the bucking horse inside chute number 2. All right, Chase. Coming off a third-place finish at Eastern Wyoming a couple of weeks ago. Having a good spring semester. Got some points in Gillette as well. Well, the yellow flag down on the ground. Mark-out rule is in effect. Heels of those boots have to be in contact with the front of the horse's shoulder the first jump out. Chase Rose failed to do so over on the right side, and all of that work, and it is a no score. So we'll go to Jared Schultes up in the front bucking chute. Rodeos for Gillette College. Looking for our first qualified bareback ride of the rodeo. Let's do it, Jared. Helping him to the ground. How about a qualified bareback ride for Jared Schultes? Half the score for the bucking horse. The other half for Jared, and 65 on horse number 1 this weekend, 65. We want to say a big thanks to 3J Livestock. They're the buckle sponsor here in the bareback riding. Drake Amundsen. Originally from Wheatland, Wyoming, now rodeos for LCCC. He's an ag business major. Has a sorrel bucking horse from Summit Pro Rodeo by the name of Redbird. They've won Laramie Jubilee Days on the back of this horse. They've won the short round at Chris Ledoux Days up in KC on the back of this horse. So, Drake, you've drawn a good one. Let's take advantage of it. Chute 4 is where you take a look for this sophomore bareback rider for LCCC. Oh, man. Rough day here in the bareback riding. It's one qualified ride in contention for that 3J Livestock buckle, and that is Jared Schultes, the lone ride of the night at 65 in the bareback riding. We're going to watch a new group of bareback riders tomorrow afternoon, but how about we pay off those that we watched and tell them we'll be back here on Sunday morning. Back down to the timed event side of the arena we go, and it'll be the big guys in the steer wrestling.
inside my brain, and baby, you know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you.
So the big guys in the steer wrestling, and the buckle is sponsored by Shell Construction. It's going to be quite a race over the course of the next 3 weeks in this steer wrestling event. Really, when you take a look at the standings at collegerodeo.com in the Central Rocky Mountain region, anybody in the top 10 of the steer wrestling has a chance to make it to the College National Finals. We're going to start this weekend off with the number 1 ranked steer wrestler in the region in Coy Pokorny. Rodeos for Laramie County Community College. He's number 1 entering this weekend by a lead of about 90 points. Won the stomp a couple of weeks ago, hosted by Gillette College. This is a 3-event student athlete for LCCC, and boy, I tell you what, he has excelled in this steer wrestling event for 2020-2021. We do want to say thanks to the Orthopedics Center of the Rockies, proud sports medicine provider of the Central Rocky Mountain region. You know, they go to not only all 10 of the college rodeos in this region, but they'll go to about 40 rodeos in Colorado, Wyoming, western part of Nebraska with their mobile sports medicine trailer. Here's Coy. He's got a tough steer to get turned around. Gets all 4 legs pointed in one direction. 9-1. 9-1. Parker Johnston for Chadron State will be next to go. All right, Parker. I want to say thanks to the Beacon Club. They will sponsor our wild ride tonight right after the rodeo. So when we buck that last bull, don't move a muscle. The exciting wild ride will take place. You've never seen the wild ride? You're in for quite a treat. They ride bucking horses in costume. Parker gets a start that he wants. Now let's pull him around. Nicely done. Five. Nicely done. 5 and 5.
I'm gonna polish my best boots. I'm gonna put on my best hat. I'm gonna drive on down to the dance hall, which sits by the railroad tracks. Well, the band there mixes fiddles.
Let's go to Dusty Taylor, University of Wyoming.
When they play that swing, and
We've seen this guy excel in the team roping. Matter of fact, he's a college national finalist. He's a Mountain State Circuit finalist in the team roping. In professional rodeo, he has made the short round at a few of our Central Rocky Mountain regional rodeos in this steer wrestling event. Originally from Craig, Colorado. He's had quite a career there at the University of Wyoming.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm.
Gets it done.
Beats all you never saw.
6 and 9 for Dusty. 6 and 9.
Straightening the curve.
We will go to Central Wyoming College and Cade Williams.
Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the love of their life.
Don't forget Slack tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Second performance at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. On Sunday, we invite everybody out 8:30 for the Cowboy Church service, and that will roll right into the 10 o'clock championship round on Sunday morning. One of the most exciting events in college rodeos, the 10 championship rounds we get to have, especially in this region. So competitive. Cade Williams is competitive as well. Whoop. Does not work as he will walk back with a no time. Let's go to Tanner McGurney for Chadron State, the junior that went to Chadron State from Alzada, Montana. So Tanner rides in behind that barrier rope. That is to allow the steers the head start. Failure to give that head start's a 10-second penalty. And with a 5-5 that is in the lead, we definitely want to stay away from those penalties. That horse in the back corner. Talked about that barrier, and they need to have the perfect start on these steers. That'll work. How about we go to the number one spot at 5.3, 5 and 3.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh, Lord.
All right, we'll go to Sage Miller, Laramie County Community College steer wrestler. Placed in the top 5 and made it there at Gillette College. They hosted a rodeo a few weeks ago in this spring semester. All right, Sage, let's punch your ticket into the top 10 here, the Ropin and Riggin days. Oh, he's going to try. Steer got a little strong. So an 8.9 for Sage. 8.9, but way to go to get the job done. Let's go to the Australian and Colt Ferguson, who now wears the green of Colorado State University. We're going to watch him in the bronc riding. I believe we'll watch him in the wild ride tonight as well. Yes, we will. We've seen him make the Mountain State Circuit Finals in the saddle bronc riding. He's going to be an all-around contender here this weekend. The men's all-around Silver Fox Steakhouse. And Cole wants that steer next to a baked potato, I believe. Final 3 to go in the Shell Construction sponsored steer wrestling, and Riley Reese. I told you when we started our steer wrestling event, anybody in the top 10 has a chance to get into qualification to the College National Finals Rodeo. Well, Riley is right in the middle of things. He's number 4 in the points total, but he's only 7 points out of being in the top 3 and making it to the college finals. A lot of rodeoing left, especially in this steer wrestling, in a tightly contested race. He's a Badlands Circuit finalist. He's from North Dakota, who studies business. And he rodeos for LCCC. Come on, Riley. Yeah. .7 to move into the number 1 spot. 4.7. That'll work in his favor. So the steer wrestling looks like this: 4, 7, 5, 3, 5, 5 as we go to Tate Petrick, Chadron State. Here's a student athlete from Martin, South Dakota. He's in his senior year. So you know he wants to make it to the College National Finals. He's only about 90 points out of the top 3 right now. So in his mind, the season starts today, and he's got 3 weekends of rodeo to go. Come on, Tate. Oh, and you can see he's a little disappointed as he looks back at the start. We've mentioned that barrier. 10-second penalty. 4-1 goes to 14-1. Everybody say, oh. So we go to the number 2 ranked steer wrestler in the region in Caden Camp. He's 90 points behind Corey Porconi, who led us off with a 9-1. He's about 50 points safe in the top 3. Here's a College National finalist for Gillette College. All right, Caden Camp, maintain that top spot. Yes! How about we move things over on the leaderboard? 4.2 seconds. And Caden Camp takes the lead in the steer wrestling. We've got steer wrestling slack tomorrow morning and the performance tomorrow afternoon, but I think that 4-2 is short round bound. Saying thanks to Shell Construction for bringing us the big guys in the steer wrestling here on night number 1. We're going to stay right there and go to the team roping. Championship Head and Buckle is sponsored by Casper Dry Cleaners. The Heel Inside sponsored by Big O Tires. And right now in the team roping, 5-8 is in the lead, and that is a Casper team. Bo Reese, Ty Christensen. They did that in slack. 9 qualified runs from their first slack session in the team roping. And we'll start it with Trey Dempenwolf and T. McAmis. They rodeo for Sheridan College. Headers come from behind the barrier. Want to stay away from the 10 seconds on the heading side. Want to stay away from the chance at a 5-second penalty on the heel side with a one leg catch. Trey and T. Well, it doesn't work out there on the head side, so no time for Trey and T. All right, let's go to Nevada, Berquist and Quincy Reynolds. Guess what? They are an all Casper T-Bird team. All right, Nevada and Quincy. T-Birds are sitting number one in the team roping right now. Can they join their teammates? Quincy Reynolds on that heel side is a sophomore pre-med. Watch him float it out. Tough go of things there for the T-Birds. And no time. All right, let's go to Sadie Sturman, all-around talent, and Hadley Koski, the Central Wyoming team here. Mentioned that the all-around buckles sponsored by the Silver Fox Steakhouse on the men's side, the women's side, Wyoming Steel and Recycling. Sadie is a contender on the women's all-around side, multi-event cowgirl. Making the head loop fit. Here comes Hadley. Sets down the trap, goes to the horn. We've got a pair. But bad news, we've got a broken barrier on the run. Nine flat plus the 10, 19 flat will be the time. The good news is that is in ninth place in the team roping as we speak. Shadron Caulfield, Garrett Nunn, University of Wyoming team. Shadron happens to be the number one tie-down roper in the region. Garrett Nunn's from McKinnon, Wyoming. He's a steer wrestler and a team roper. Shadron and Garrett. Cowboys from the University of Wyoming ready to strike in the team roping. Tried to show a little patience. We'll see if he got out. And doesn't matter. Doesn't make the head loop fit. No time. Well, you can see the red and white riding into the boxes. The T-Birds are ready to rope once again. And it is Kellen Johnson, Carson Johnson, number 2 in the region of the team roping. You're looking at a national champion on the head side. Coming off a win at the Eastern Wyoming College Rodeo. Let's do it. Trying to fish that head loop on. Are they going to make it fit? And it is not. So no time for Kellen and Carson. Folks, they're the number 2 ranked team. They're going to be busy this weekend as well. Kellen's in the bull ride, Carson's in the wild ride. How about you tell them you're ready to root for them at the College National Finals of their hometown crowd? So we go to the University of Wyoming. Faith Hoffman, Delaney Boardman. Faith's in the lead of the goat tying in the region. Let's watch the Cowgirls from Wyoming. It looks like a horn escaped the grasp with a head loop. And no time for Faith and Delaney. All right, we need to change the luck in the team roping. Casper Dry Cleaners and Big O Tires sponsor our buckles. So far, we've only had one qualified run here tonight, and that was a run with penalties. Aubrey Berger, Dustin Thompson, they'll rodeo for Central Wyoming College there in Riverton. All right, Aubrey and Dustin. We're just looking for a nice, clean run. Sounds easy enough. Gets it. Coming around. Oh, no. So no time for Aubrey and Dustin. Ashley Odenbach and Colt Ferguson. We just watched Colt Ferguson in the steer wrestling. Now he's on the good heel horse. A little later on tonight, he'll be on a bucking horse in a costume in the wild ride. LCCC on the head side, Colorado State on the heels. Oh, tried to show a little patience, and then somehow that steer goes right through the loop, all the way through. Ashley was doing a good job of holding her slack, trying to get that half head, and all of a sudden ends up with a flank. We're down to the final two. Mira Jean Rudolph, Central Wyoming, Georgia Orahood, who's been busy here this afternoon, will be the next team. Here's a team that was in the short round at Torrington.
We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, hearing little cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Mira Jean's on the head side, throws it out. And ropes him just a little too deep. It's one of those days in the team roping. Final team to go is Jamie Peterson and Kane Birkland. Jamie rodeos for Gillette. Kane will rodeo for the T-Birds here at Casper College. So we'll see what we can get done. See if we can get another T-Bird member into the short round. Right now they're in the lead of the team roping. Here's the T-Bird in action, getting the dolly. We get it tied off. 9.3. They've got the fastest run of the night. And that run right there in the team roping is going to put them in the top 6 overall. Nicely done for Jamie and Kane to save the team roping, and it's nice to see a T-Bird in the top 10. It is Casper Dry Cleaners and Big O Tires that bring us the team roping. How about we pay them off? Rough day at the office for the team ropers. So we make our way back to the bucking chutes. The bucking horses from Summit Pro Rodeo, the 2020 Remuda Award winner in Pro Rodeo, and we welcome back our pickup men at Colt Hammaker, Cody Miller and Sandy Bob Forbes. The saddle bronc riding, the buckle sponsored by an alumni of Casper College, Tansy Williams of the Younger Brothers Band. So in the bronc riding, we're going to start it with a Casper College T-Bird. You see the red vest climbing over in chute number 4. It belongs to Clayton Atkinson. In the top 8 of the bronc riding right now, coming into the final 3 weeks of the rodeo season, here's a senior ag business major riding in front of his hometown crowd. All right, Clayton, we'd like to see you ride in front of your hometown crowd in June at the college finals. Let's do it. Oh, little wild, little western. Looks like Clayton is all right. They're telling us Clayton's going to get on another bucking horse a little later on tonight. All right, let's ride a bucking horse. Tyler Beebe, Lamar Community College bronc twister. It's a guy that's always a contender to make it back here in June to the college finals. He's in the top 5 right now in the bronc riding. Just a little over 90 points out of the top 3. All right, Tyler Beebe, Mountain State Circuit finalist in the bronc riding. Let's get him some points. Finished in the top 5 at Gillette this spring semester. Nicely done for Mr. Beebe. He will be in the wild ride, riding a bucking horse later tonight. Nice job by our pickup men to drop him to the ground. Once again, half the score for the bucking horse, half for Tyler. 100 points possible. And a 72-point marking for Tyler Beebe, 72. He will be patiently awaiting to the conclusion of the bronc riding tomorrow afternoon to see if that'll get back into the championship round. Let's go to another Mountain State Circuit finalist, College National finalist. Chute 6 is where we look for Garrett Upton. Cool Reception. It's the paint bucket horse inside, chute number 6 for Garrett Upton. Number 1 in the saddle bronc riding of the region. Number 2 in the all-around race. He's got a 220-point lead in the bronc ride. Look at Garrett. Nice ride for Garrett Upton. He knows the important thing to do is just make it back to the championship round. The bad news coming up to us, we missed it on this side, but they threw the flag out, mark out rule. Over here on the left-hand side, it looked like no score for the University of Wyoming and Garrett Upton. So that is not what we want to have happen to the number 1 bronc rider in the region. Let's go to Sage Miller for LCCC, chute number 3. This multi-event talented student athlete. Watched Sage Miller earlier on in the steer wrestling. He's in the top 10 there. All right, Sage, taking that measurement on that hack rein. They ride with that association saddle. Meets the strict guidelines of rodeo. And that is not a real easy horse to ride. Kind of takes a little hop and a skip and throws a couple of big jumps at you. Sage sat right in the middle. $67 points for Sage Miller, 67. That'll bring us to a bronc rider that is right in the race to qualify for the college finals. Jack Skavdal for Casper College and this T-Bird. He is just 60 points out of the top 3. Here's a sophomore ag business major from Harrison, Nebraska. Won the top spot at the Eastern Wyoming College Rodeo a few weeks ago. As a horse from Summit Pro Rodeo, originally comes from Canada. All right, Jack, stage is set. We're ready to give you a little home field advantage. We would love to see the red and white ride up the road at the college finals in June. How about a little help for Jack? Now lift. It was about that second jump. He would be the first to tell you he was thinking about saving himself. That horse went right back underneath him, and he was able to make a qualified ride. Not only the qualified ride, but the number one ride in the bronc riding. 74 points for Jack.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh, Lord.
Little 110% of Cowboy Tribe pays off for the T-Bird. Moses Taggart, the Rattler for Otero State, or Otero Junior College, will be next to go.
Don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing. Don't mind.
I'll say thanks to Central Truck and Trailer. You'll see their ad inside our rodeo program. Scott Peterson Motors all the way from Belle Fourche.
Hand out. Give a firm handshake. Talk to me about that one big break. Spread the evolution.
All right, Moses Taggart, Cowboy Logic is the bucking horse. Up to the front bucking chute, number one. This horse had an outstanding trip at Gooding, Idaho last summer at the Pro Rodeo. The pro officials marked this horse 22 and 22 and a half points. That's getting the job done. We'll see what happens tonight for Moses.
There's gonna be a fight tonight.
Big high rare for the Dun. We all saw the high rare out, and then we saw the yellow flags on both sides. It is a tough horse to get that mark out rule. Heels have to be in contact when the front feet of the horse hit the ground the first jump out. And unfortunately, when a horse rears out like that, it'll be a little tough to let those feet go to the front end. So it'll be a no score for Moses. All right, let's get back into the race to qualify for the college finals. We've got another Casper T-Bird bronc rider in Quentin Taylor. The freshman that came to Casper from Alberta, Canada, studies the fire science program here at Casper College. And he is drawn deep. This is Sacagawea. This horse has been to the Mountain State Circuit Finals. This is a former Colorado Pro Rodeo Bucking Horse of the Year. Quentin Taylor, he's number 3 in the points race. His teammate, Jack Scaffold, is number 4 and is leading the bronc ride. So if Quentin wants to hold on to that top 3 spot, he's going to have to do his job and make an 8-second ride on Sacagawea. Lift and charge. Come on, Quentin. Now it's pretty, isn't it? So the Canadian that rides in the colors of the T-Birds. So how are we going to stack them up? It is a 77-point ride.
Good ride, cowboy. Good ride. Say good ride, cowboy.
So Quentin, number 1. Jack, number 2. In the bronc riding as we go to Parker Manor. For Gillette College, Chantilly Lace. It's the horse that Parker has drawn. Shoot 5.
Born down in a dead man's town. The first kicker took us when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much. Till you spend half your life just to cover it up now. Born in the USA, I was
So Parker Manor ready to ride Chantilly Lace Bay Mare Summit Pro Rodeo. Let's do it.
Chantilly lace and a pretty face, ponytail hanging down. A wiggle in a walk, giggle in a talk, yeah, that makes the world go round. Ain't nothing in the world like a good-looking girl. I'm macking funny, spending money.
Parker,
Like a long-legged goose.
good bucking horse raised by J.D. Hammaker and Summit Pro Rodeo. Brings down Parker Manor.
Well, I what? What do you mean? Can I what? Hell, you can't ever tell about Jerry Lee Lewis, honey.
So a no score.
Chantilly lace.
So we're going to come up to the front buck and shoot. You can see inside chute number 6 is the red vest and another T-Bird bronc rider, Luke Shields. Freshman ag business major. Came down from Canada to ride bucking horses here at Casper College. He's drawn a good one. This is Dark Ghost. Luke needs this ride. Number 6 in the Central Rocky Mountain region. We watched the number 3 and number 4 ranked bronc riders sit number 1 and 2 just tonight. Not only have we seen the number 3 and 4 ranked bronc riders sit at the top of the leaderboard, we happen to have watched the number 1 bronc rider get called with a mark-out rule infraction. So a lot of things will be changing in the bronc riding this weekend. Can we see 3 T-Bird members sitting 1, 2, 3? Luke Shields says, you bet, I'm ready to join my T-Bird teammates. Black mare by the name of Dark Ghost. Come on, Luke. Looking good. Pretty bronc ride for the Canadian. And Luke Shields gets sat down by assistant coach Sandy Bob Forbes. And we've got a tie for the lead at 77 points. Couple of bronc riders left to go. The leaderboard is Quentin Taylor, Casper College, number 1, 77. Luke Shields, Casper College, number 1, 77. Both those guys are from Alberta, Canada. Number 3 right now is Jake Skafdahl, Casper College in 74. Blaine Flack should be next to go. And shoot number 1 and horse by the name of Try Me Last. Let's get a big thanks to Chancey Williams and the Younger Brothers Band. They're the buckle sponsor of the bronc riding. All right, Blaine. Shoot number 1 is where we go. Trying to get Try Me Last to stand up squarely inside chute number 1. Now it's time to go. Able to make the 8-second ride is Blaine Flack. $57 points for Blaine, 5-7. 1 to go here in the bronc riding. We opened up the night of bronc riding with Clayton Atkinson of Casper College. And his horse stumbled, a couple of jumps out. Now they've got a new horse loaded. So 3 T-Birds in the top 3 spots right now, and here's their 4th chance. Clayton Atkinson. Pair of 77s and a 74 in those top 3 spots. Make this second chance payoff for Clayton Atkinson. We're ready to help the T-Bird in the big pen. So Atkinson makes the second chance pay off. $63 points for Clayton Atkinson tonight, 63. So as we close out the bronc ride, once again, a big thanks to Chancey Williams and the Younger Brothers Band. They're the bronc riding sponsor of the Ropin and Riggin Days. Number 1 spot, it's a pair of T-Birds. Luke Shields, Quentin Taylor. The number 3 spot, it's a T-Bird, Jack Skapdahl. How about it for the bronc ride tonight? The T-Birds sitting 1, 2, and 3. So we transition across the way, and King Enterprises will give us the Cowgirls and the breakaway roping. It was kind of a rough slack session here in the breakaway this afternoon. Just 8 qualified runs out of the 35 or so that we watched, but we're calling on a very talented field of breakaway ropers to change that here tonight. Once again, a big thanks to King Enterprises for bringing us the breakaway roping. We started with a young lady that was a Colorado standout, the junior ranks, the high school ranks. Rodeos for Otero Junior College, and Gracie Lay is going to be our first breakaway roper to go. Comes from a great rodeo and ranch family. In the lead of the breakaway roping right now is 2-7. Quincy Segelke did that in slack. You catch, you're in the top 10. So the start to the breakaway roping is crucial. These calves have been flying. That's a cowgirl run right there. 4-8 for Gracie Lay, 4-8. It's one thing, these calves have really forced these cowgirls to run fast down that arena and throw every inch of that. Katie Kendrick, Laramie County Community College breakaway roper.
I like digging holes and hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I hope I won't forget to find them. 'Cause I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night.
We'll say a big thanks to Farm Credit Services of America, Wyoming Marketplace, our great supporters. Also, Casper College, proud to be part of Team Wyoming, promoting the wonderful state through the sport that we all love here in rodeo. Thank you to the state of Wyoming. All right, Katie Kendrick. Making it work. 4-2, 4-2 for Katie. That'll be a solid run that'll get her into the top 6 in the breakaway roping. Aubrey Berger will be next to go. Central Wyoming College. Well, if you're a breakaway roper, you're kind of wondering all of a sudden how much of a start to give these calves. We saw the first one fly down the arena. The last couple of them just kind of sauntered out where you can make a quick run on them. Here's one that'll fly. Fortunately, no time here. Halfway through the breakaway rope and 2-7 still in the lead as we go to Ellie Anderson for Eastern Wyoming College. Say a big thanks to Pepsi Cola of Casper, a proud supporter of the T-Bird Sports and of Casper College. Refresh the world with Pepsi Cola. Reaches out, puts it on him, gets the horse to stop. 4-6. That'll be good to get into the top 10, 4-6. Let's go to the University of Wyoming and a very talented cowgirl, Natalie Liesinger. Like rodeo, we want you to mark your calendars. The second week or the second Sunday of June is when the College National Finals will start right up the road here at the Event Center. And then a month behind that, in the middle of July, it's the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo. You can see their ad inside the rodeo program. Stir up some fun July 9th through the 17th, centralwyomingfair.com. So they will host professional rodeo here in July. So here's a cowgirl from the University of Wyoming. And that'll work. Three and 5. That's a run we've been looking for. 3 and 5. Now, all of a sudden, you need to be faster than a 5 and 3 to have a chance to come back here on Sunday morning. 3 to go in the breakaway rope and brought to us by King Enterprises. Maddie Meadell, Central Wyoming College. A big thanks to the women's all-around buckle sponsor, Wyoming Steel and Recycling. Takes a couple extra swings just to make sure. And a nice solid run here for Maddie. 5 seconds flat. That is 10th. That is 10th, 5-0. Let's go back to the University of Wyoming and Gracie Gilbert.
And I'm hanging on tight till the whole thing ends. 'Cause New York sky don't get much brighter. She sets the city on fire. Somebody told me if I'm not careful, well, this one's gonna roll me. I got my hands full and this one's gonna own me.
Reaches out, doesn't quite fit. No time for Gracie. Final breakaway ropers coming off a third place finish. The rodeo hosted by Eastern Wyoming College there in Torrington a couple of weeks ago. Morgan Darnell, who rodeos for the Eagles LCCC.
And I'm hanging on tight till the whole thing ends. 'Cause New York sky don't get much brighter. She sets the city on fire. She sets the city on fire. Burns like a million lighters. I'm blowing up, I couldn't get much higher. She sets the city on fire. New scene, next block. She'll be jaywalking right across while the cops talk.
All right, Morgan.
Make you feel like a boss when your eyes lock, and you can't stop staring endlessly. She got the whole thing figured out. It's me where it hurts, and I know I might be swinging at the curb.
Oh, draws a freight train, catches up. And unfortunately, it's taking no time here. So we'll close out the breakaway roping as we say thank you to King Enterprises. Fastest run of the night, 3 and 5. Natalie Leesinger, that'll put her into third in the breakaway roping. Quincy Segelke still in the lead of this 2 and 7. How about a hand to the Cowgirls in the breakaway roping?
Niagara Falls and the lights of Vegas, crisscross down to Key Biscayne and Chi-Town.
So we go to the tie-down roping up next. Moss Saddles, Boots and Tack brings us the event that originates right off of the Working Cattle Ranches. Cameron Jensen, about 115 points out of the top 3 entering this weekend. The tie-down roping was a little tough here this morning or this afternoon. 12 and 1 is in the lead. Trace Fuller of Casper College has that number 1 spot. 9 qualified runs coming into performance number 1.
What a man gotta pray to be last good night and your first good day. So what a man gotta do? What a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta do
Now we'll get to that calf. String the front leg.
to be
Bring the 2 hind legs up. Let's hurry, hurry. As we ride forward, calf has to stay tied for 6 seconds. We saw a lot of calves test that out here this afternoon. We're going to move into the number 1 spot by 2 full seconds. 10 and 1. 10-1 for Cameron. Let's keep the momentum going as we go to the University of Wyoming and Jace Berger, originally from Saratoga. Heads up, you got a calf coming back. Now we're set for Jace Berger. We'll talk about an athlete. Here's a high school all-conference basketball player. It's great family history there at the University of Wyoming and carrying on a great tradition. Oh, Camfrian right through the loop. Right through the loop. And will bring us to Chadron State's Colton Storer. Get a big thanks to Moss Saddles, Boots and Tack. They sponsor the Tie Down Ropin Championship buckle. And unfortunately, no time here for Colton Storer. All right, let's get this tie down roping back on the right track. Dusty Taylor, who we've already seen tonight in the steer wrestling event. He's a fixture in the team roping. College national finalist, Mountain State Circuit finalist, the University of Wyoming, Dusty Taylor. All right, Dusty. And that'll work.
Just a good old boy. Never meaning
Trying to get that calf linked to the ground.
Beats all you never saw. Been in trouble with the
Asking that horse to back up. Horse is about to run out of real estate. It's up against the time limit. He's going to have to hurry. There's the whistle. It'll be a no time as the time limit has expired. So 3 no times in a row coming after that fastest run of a 10-1 here in the tie down. Let's go to Sheridan College and Sam Larson. No time here for Sam. Don't forget our slack's going to get started 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock performance tomorrow afternoon. And then on Sunday, we're going to invite everybody out, 8:30 Cowboy Church, 10 o'clock will be the championship round. Jake Devereaux. All right, Jake Devereaux. Jake Devereaux finished top 5 of the Eastern Wyoming College Rodeo a few weeks ago. There's another guy that's looking to get some points put together. Blank, now it's time. Oh, throws the picking string out in front of the calf. It's going to cost some seconds to grab it back. So 17-6. He knows he was looking to be faster than that. The good news is that 17-6 is currently 8th here in the tie-down roping. All right, let's go to Nathan Ruth, Sheridan College. Kicks it into overdrive. Reaches out. Catch as catch can. It's going to count. Now, it's going to have to tie the front two legs together. Little unorthodox way, but you know they practice this just in case things go bad. There is the whistle for the time limit that has expired. No time for Nathan Ruth. All right, are you ready to root for a T-Bird? Let's go to Weston Mills. In this tie-down roping, we've got 2 T-Birds in the top 10 right now. Weston Mills, the freshman business major, came from Gillette, is looking to join his 2 team members.
My buddy Frankie had his dad hook him up good. Girls smile when we roll by. They hop in the back and we cruise to the riverside. Never gonna grow up. Never gonna slow down. We were shining like lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show. Let's all go down the Dumas Walker. Let's all go down the Dumas Walker.
Oh, we're having a little trouble getting the calf flanks. Now we're going to have to hurry. Plus 10 at the line, so things go from bad to worse. It was a 20-1. Now it's going to be 30.1. 30-1. We've got 2 tie-down ropers here in the Moss Saddles Boots and Tack event. Corbin Fisher for Sheridan will be next to go. Coming off a qualification into the championship round at Eastern Wyoming's College Rodeo. All right, Corbin. Draws a fast running one. Likes the way the camp's standing when he gets to him.
You said they taught you how to read and write. Yeah, they taught you how.
Nice, solid run there for Corbin Fisher. It'll be good enough to move him into the top 7. 13-5 will be the run for Corbin, 13-5.
Baptist switch up into the water. Untie all the cables and rope. Step on
Orrin Edwards for Lamar Community College will be our final tie-down roper to go.
who said anything about skiing. Floating is all I wanna do. You can climb the ladder, just don't rock the boat while I barbecue. On the pontoon, making waves and catching rays up on the roof. Jumping off the back, don't act like you don't want to. Party in slow motion.
So Orrin Edwards, the only one that can move how the top 10 is stacked up right now heading into tomorrow. Well, here's a chance for Orrin. Let's make the most of it. Yeah, it's not being very easy to tie. Be a 17-2, 17-2. And as we close out the first performance, that is 9th in the tie-down roping, 17-2. Moss Saddles, Boots, and Tack brought us the tie-down roping. First run we saw, Cameron Jensen is the fastest run of the rodeo so far at a 10-1 for Eastern Wyoming College. That's your tie-down roping here on night number 1 of the Ropin' and Riggin' Days. So we get the arena set. Time for the barrel race. Had 66 barrel racers this afternoon in slack. Fastest run in the barrel racing so far is a 14:93, and the reigning Mountain State Circuit champion barrel racer Lake Mahalik is in the lead of this rodeo with that 14:93. You got a Casper T-Bird and Whitney Heisch in the top 10 right now at a 15:41, and Whitley had an outstanding day of slack this afternoon. All 3 events, all 3 top 10 right now for the T-Birds. Casper Animal Medical Center brings us the barrel racing here tonight. Time it to the 100th of a second with the electric eye. With the 10 barrel racers tonight, 10 tomorrow afternoon, 15:54 is in a tie for 10th place. You need to be faster than that to have a chance to join us on Sunday morning. First barrel racer to go, Ellie Bard for Gillette College. Number 6 in the point race. 170 points out of the top 3 and a chance to go to the college finals for Gillette. Looking good around 2. How about we cheer for Ellie Bard around the 3rd and final barrel? $15.41. 15.41. That is a top 10 time right now. Katie Johnson, who we watched earlier on in the goat time for LCCC's on the good barrel horse, headed to the left first. Sliding and gliding around the 3rd barrel. 15.50, 15.50. That is now in a tie for 10th place in the barrel race. Things are tight here. Fast track on a Friday night. Taya McMillan, Eastern Wyoming College, will be next. Tight around that first one. Oh, and a little too tight to the second. Penalties on the run coming up, 5 seconds. Taking the 16-13 to a 21-13. It's really only like the 3rd or 4th hit barrel of all day. All right, here is a Casper T-Bird. Katie Locke, a junior and occupational therapy major. Top 10 in the barrel race into the region. Good around the second. How about we make a little thunder for the T-Birds? $15.61. Nicely done. 15.61. Hannah Huffman, Eastern Wyoming College, to bring us to the halfway point in the barrel race. Casper Animal Medical Center, we thank you for the buckle sponsorship. Going to the left. Good around 2. 3rd and final barrel. So a 16-11. 16-11.
When I turned 16, I thought it couldn't get worse. I saw her riding on a horse and fell in love so bad it hurt. Let there be cowgirls.
Ooh, time to root for another T-Bird and Aaron McAllen. Freshman ag business major, came to Casper from Loveland, Colorado. Another T-Bird ready to run. Looking good. Can we get another T-Bird to the short round on Sunday? Just outside of the top 10, 15.85. 15.85. We go to Shadron State in Hannah Hostudler. A little wide around the first one. She'll make up some real estate around 2. We're going to have a fast horse race home as the Sorrel will stride it out. 16:23 will be the run for Hannah. 16-2-3. We'll go to Eastern Wyoming College for our next barrel run in Megan Toros. Cool, calm, and collected to the gate for Megan. Oh, we've got a penalty on the run. That's the bad news for Megan. We'll go ahead and finish it and help her to the finish line, knowing that we're going to add 5. Listen to this. Would have been a 15:35. 20 and 35 will be the run. 20.35. We'll go to Colorado State University. Chandler Ritchie, equine therapist. Makes our horses feel good. All right, Chandler, let's punch a ticket to the Ram to go to the short round along with their teammate. Little slippage around the first one, but things are all right around 3. Come on, Chandler. 1586. Just a little stumble around the first one. It's the difference for being short round bound. Final barrel racer, and that is Michelle Williams, University of Wyoming. 1550 is in 10th place. Let's have a little runaway to the whoa, little stumble. And we'll stop the clock here, 16-12. 16-12. So as we wrap up the barrel race, we say thank you to Casper Animal Medical Center. Fastest run that we saw tonight was the very first one, 15:41 for Ellie Bard. That's in the top 10. And the number 1 spot, still Lake Mahalik, 14:93. How about the barrel racers of the Ropin and Riggin days? So don't forget, right after the bull riding is going to be the exciting wild ride where they ride bucking horses in a costume. But first, let's take care of some business down in front of the bucking chutes. It's been a while since I've been able to say this. Are you ready for some bull riding? Let's welcome our bullfighters, 2 of the very best in the business. From Laramie, Wyoming, say hello to Matthew Nichols. His partner from Colorado, a Mountain State Circuit finalist, Zach Duvall. They are ready to take care of business. Bull riding brought to us by Todd Jones. Let's go to Dalton McCaslin. Our first bull rider, LCCC. The Bulls, Summit Pro Rodeo, and Byron Juma. Bull riding's tight to get into the top 3 for a chance to come back to Casper in June for the College National Finals Rodeo. Todd Jones sponsors the buckle in the bull ride. Dalton. Gaslin has made some good rides this year in college rodeo. Tied onto these bulls in any way. Trying to get that bull to stand up squarely inside chute number 3. Be nice to start the night off with a qualified bull ride. One up, one down. No score for Dalton McCaslin. That'll bring us to Chris Wright, the rattler from Otero Junior College. Ready to ride 777s. Come on, Chris. And there is where we wanted the ride to end. Stay over on that side, and we're going to go to Donnie Profits. Donnie Profits, the #1 bareback rider in the Central Rocky Mountain region. We're going to watch him ride his bareback horse tomorrow afternoon, but it's all about bull ride now. This Wyoming native for the University of Wyoming. Come on, Donnie Profit. He's going to be legendary. Oh, loses the bull rope. Nice job for Matthew and Zach stepping right in. Too many players on the field. Thank you, guys. Big ride coming up for Brent McCabe. He is in the top 10 right now in the Central Rocky Mountain region of the bull riding. Only about 160 points out of being in the top 3 where you want to be at the end of the season. Once again, we're going to rodeo here this weekend. Next weekend, we go to Laramie, and the University of Wyoming will host their college rodeo. And then the final rodeo of the year, hosted by Colorado State University, and that'll be at Greeley in the Greeley Stampede Arena. So Brett McCabe, he's looking to be the first one to ride a bull. The Todd Jones sponsored buckles up for grabs, and Tiger Tear will be the dancing partner here for Brett. Big ride coming up as he focuses on the final 3 weeks of the season. Needs to gather up a deficit of about 160 points to come back to Casper in June for the finals. One bull at a time is all it takes.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get started, get started, get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Looks like we're going to roll up one. Go to the matchup for Dylan Rice. Dylan Rice, this is another big ride for him. He's number 6 in the standings coming into this weekend and about 80 points out of the top 3. All right, we're going to go back to Brett McCabe. We rolled him up a chute for Eastern Wyoming College. Fortunately, a no score for Brett McCabe. Now we'll go to Dylan Rice.
All my life been hustling and tonight is my appraisal. Cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders. So I do the deed.
Dylan Rice. Here's a bull that last fall at the College Rodeo in Lamar, they rode to get into the championship round. So can Dylan Rice do the same? More than likely, a qualified ride will get you into that championship round. LCCC bull rider Wants to have the hand in the bull rope for 8 seconds. Don't forget, right after the bull ride, we're going to have the Beacon Club Wild Ride. You will not want to miss that. Come on, Dylan, let's make a bull ride. Oh, look out, Zach. That's shy, Matthew. Thought we were going to get one. Great effort for Dylan Rice. Not quite there for 8. We're moving up, chute number 5 for the number 1 bull rider. Number 1 bull rider in the Central Rocky Mountain region, Kobe Johnson, Sheridan College. Has a 60-point lead coming into this weekend. He knows that could escape with somebody getting hot in the long round and a short round. So Kobe Johnson, can he hang on to that number 1 spot?
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday.
Let's help him.
Get low when the whistle go.
Oh, almost like the bull cheated on him. It's not how you're supposed to treat the number 1 bull rider in the region. Whoop. Don't come up here. I didn't mean it. Seven up, 7 down in the Todd Jones sponsored bull riding. Who's going to win that buckle? Wyatt Phelps? Is it going to be you? Little over 100 points out of the top 3 entering this weekend. Can he ride this black flathorn bull that was good at Castle Rock, Colorado earlier this year? So Wyatt Phelps, let's make a bull ride. All right, Wyatt, let's make this bull ride. Into his hand. Can he be the first one tonight? There's your first qualified bull ride of the Ropin and Riggin days. Look out, Matthew. $58 points with the option to get on another one. 58 points is more than likely short round bound. Who thinks he ought to keep the 58? Who thinks he ought to get on another bull? Kind of mixed. I bet he keeps the 58, and we'll see him Sunday morning. Let's go to Dylan Grant, University of Wyoming. Come on, Dylan.
Already own it. Standing on top 'cause I earned this moment.
So we close out the bull riding. Todd Jones will sponsor the buckle right now. The lone contender to come back on Sunday's championship round is Wyatt Phelps with a 58-point ride. The Bulls are tough of Summit Pro Rodeo in Byron Juma. Nicely done to Zach Duvall and Matthew Nichols, our bullfighters. So it's become a great tradition here at the Ropin and Riggin Days. A great tradition of Ropin and Riggin Days is the Saddle Bronc Riding Wild Ride, where they ride bucking horses in a costume. Just so happens this is not the only event that they'll take part here this weekend. Of course, we do it here at Casper College. They'll be doing it the Red Bluff Roundup of the 100th celebration there. So we've got 7 individuals in the Wild Ride contest. They're going to dress up in a costume. We want to update you in the bull riding. The score for our lone bull rider was not 58 points, it was 65. All right, wild ride time. 7 bronc riders. You don't have to be a bronc rider enter. We've got a couple of outsiders to the bronc ride entered up here tonight in the wild ride. Just so you know, Casper College has 2 of them entered as the home team. We've got some fancy costumes. They're putting the saddles on. We're just about ready to start the wild ride. So it takes a little bit just to get the saddles on, then they got to get into costume. So there's not a lot of rules that you have to follow. So the first guy getting set down in the wild ride, we're going to make sure that he's got his saddle on. He is a member of the T-Bird team. You've seen him in the team roping. It is Carson Johnson, Elvis, and Viva Las Vegas.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. they're all living the devil may care. And I'm just
All right,
a
Carson
devil
Johnson.
of despair. So Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. How I wish that there were more than 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute.
He's got him broke the ride on the inside.
There's blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel. A fortune won and lost on every deal. All you need is a strong heart and a nerve of steel. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas with your neon flashing and your one band.
All right, here we go.
Las Vegas!
Yeah.
Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas!
Oh, Elvis. All right, Elvis needs to leave the building. Oh, look at the hip shake. Do it again. Whoa, look out. 61 points. 61. Who said team ropers don't know how to have fun? When you see the wild ride come into town, you better stock up on baby powder because there's going to be a short supply. All right, we're going to see who this is. You radio it up one more time.
Only the names will change every day.
Oh, it's Sage Miller. Long, cool woman. He's got the floaty. Puts it on the horse. Nice job, Sage Miller. It's a how about a 75-point ride for Sage Miller? All right, it's another T-Bird getting ready to ride. This is Clayton Atkinson. So there was a little bit of an 80s rock theme. This is Black Betty. All right, Clayton Atkinson. Whoop. Still there. Yeah, if our pickup men can find him in the baby powder haze. Oh, how about it for Clayton Atkinson? We're going to move into the lead, 77 points. All right, we had to deduct 7 points for the dancing. 70 points. 70 points for Clayton Atkinson. Oh, it is smelling fresh in here, isn't it? All right, we'll see where we go to next. Parker Manor from Gillette. It's going to be the Beach Boy and the Flying Hawaiian. All right, the Flying Hawaiian. $71 points for Parker, 71. Say it again. All right, looks like Caden Berger. Little Motley Crue and Livewire. Nice. Oh, that is Caden Berger. Seven zero for Caden Berger. All right, let's go to the Aussie. I believe he's won this wild ride before, Colt Ferguson. Ozzy Osbourne and Crazy Train. Get every bit you can, Colt. Oh. We call him Ozzy, but he thinks it's Ozzy Osbourne. How about 80 points? All right, here's Tyler Beebe. All right, so we're going out on a limb here. They gave us their costume, Tyler Beebe. It was relayed to us as Joe Toxic. We're thinking maybe Joe Exotic. All right, Tyler Beebe. All right, Tyler Beebe. We're going to guess Joe Exotic. Cole says Richard Cranium. Joe Exotic. Little Tiger King. As long as Tyler Beebe doesn't start singing, we're all safe. And a 78-point ride, 78 for Richard Cranium. So that'll close it out. It is the Aussie When I say Ozzy, I mean the guy from Australia, Colt Ferguson. He says Ozzy Osbourne and Crazy Train, 80-point ride to win the Wild Ride. Thanks to the Beacon Club for making it fun tonight. I think you can tell that we were ready to let our hair down a little bit and have a little fun. That's exactly what happened with the Wild Ride. Thanks for being part of night number one. We're going to do it tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock for our second performance. Of course, Cowboy Church Sunday at 8:30 and the championship round Sunday at 10. On behalf of the Casper College Rodeo team, my name is Bob Edmonds, wishing you all a good night.